Many horror directors have attempted to find a balance between violence and storytelling in their movies, but none have been as successful as George A. Romero. With his unique blend of over-the-top gore and social commentary, Romero was the first director to successfully take the zombie subgenre into mainstream film, earning himself the nickname the grandfather of the zombie. However, like all other famous directors, Romero had humble beginnings in the industry.
It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine?
Romero's first major job in film came when he directed a segment for the children's show Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, in which Mr. Rogers underwent a tonsillectomy. This helped inspire him to move into the movie business. In 1967, Romero began work on Night of the Living Dead, his first foray into directing feature films. When released in '68, the film became an instant classic. While some reviewers knocked the film for its emphasis on gory special effects, others praised it for drawing parallels to the mass hysteria and paranoia of the Cold War. Either way, the film introduced the idea of a zombie plague to mainstream moviegoers. The film also established Romero as a talented newcomer in the industry. After a few financially unsuccessful films, such as the romantic comedy There's Always Vanilla and the thriller The Crazies, Romero returned to the genre that started him off with Dawn of the Dead, the spiritual successor to Night of the Living Dead. The film follows the story of 4 survivors who barricade themselves in an abandoned mall to evade the undead, with disastrous results. On another level, the film is a biting satire of American consumerism. Zombies are instinctively drawn to the mall with no real reason other than wanting to be there, much like people shopping just for the sake of shopping. The film was also universally praised for its gory special effects provided by Tom Savini, who also played a small role in the film. Dawn of the Dead went on to bring in $55 million worldwide, making it Romero's most successful film. Romero continued to expand his Living Dead series, with further sequels Day of the Dead and Land of the Dead. Land of the Dead particularly stands out for its use of recognizable actors like Dennis Hopper and John Leguizamo. With a $16 million budget, it was and still is the most expensive of the Living Dead movies. The next 2 installments, Diary of the Dead and Survival of the Dead, further developed upon Romero's zombie chronicles. Diary, released in 2007, features the story of a group of film students struggling to survive and document the zombie apocalypse. Survival, released in 2010, is about 2 families that maintain an ongoing feud in spite of the zombie threat. Both films received mixed reviews, but nevertheless were successful at the box office. Romero's influence on the film industry can still be seen both through remakes of his movies and completely new independent zombie films. In 2004, director Zack Snyder released a remake of Romero's Dawn of the Dead, featuring faster zombies and a slightly shallower plot. That same year, director Edgar Wright released Shaun of the Dead, a comedy that adapts upon Romero's formula, not only delivering gore and a story but laughs as well.
Get higher, girl!
All in all, thanks to George A. Romero, the horror film industry has changed for the better, and will continue to crank out those gory movies we all know and love.